Alright guys, my name is the Metagoblin and today we're going to be counting down the top 5 underrated add-ons for Classic WoW. So I've picked some really cool and useful add-ons for this list. A lot of them you probably haven't heard of, especially as basically most of them have less than 5,000 downloads, so they are very rare, very unappreciated, but nonetheless really cool add-ons. Just before we jump in guys, please do give me a quick follow on Twitch if you want to catch any of my live streams. And if you end up liking the video, please consider giving the video a like and subscribing to the channel, as that really does help my channel out quite a lot. So first add-on on this list is called Queso. So Queso is a quest add-on, which basically is very similar to Storyline and Immersion, which I've talked about previously, but I do think that Queso is slightly better than over all those other options. I think it's slightly more immersive and just a little bit more interesting and the original than the other two. So let me show you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to equip a quest. Okay, I'm going to right click Archbishop, and as you can see, I'm automatically put into this kind of cinematic action window. It's almost like the action cam on retail. So for some reason I can't move my character, but as you can see, like, you basically get this little chat window down here which you keep clicking, and you know, it will go further on in the quest text. You get this little window here that's giving you the name of the quest, and it honestly feels like you're playing an entirely new RPG game, you know, because it really does totally revamp the accepting quest system, and I just find it way more interesting and a way more immersive way to just go through the questing content in Classic WoW. It could probably do with being like the quest text could probably do with going like a little slower, but you know, maybe that will change in the future. But yeah, I just generally think this is a really cool add-on to put on the list. So to show you our second add-on, I have to go outside because it's an add-on that has something to do with the mounting system. So as you know, there's items like Carrot on a Stick, and I've got these Mithril Spurs on here, and also the Glove Riding enchant, which I don't have, which increase your mounting speed. And obviously, equipping those items manually every time you mount up is a bit irritating. Even making macros can be somewhat irritating because you obviously got to switch back into your normal gear. And I've made macros in the past, and it is a bit of a faff. But this add-on called Autocarrot will basically do everything for you. If I mount up now, and the second I get on my mount, I'm already, as you can see, my boots have just changed, and if I go to my inventory, I've got Carrot on a Stick equipped, and there you go, my mount speed is automatically increased. Or when I dismount, it just goes back to the what I had on previously. So really useful and straightforward add-on to get rid of that headache of having to manually equip your gear whenever you want to mount around. So anyway, let's move on to the next add-on. For the next add-on, I have to draw your attention to the map. As you can see, there's a number of different icons on the map now, which are basically telling me, yeah, thanks for ruining my video. So this add-on is called Handynotes NPCs. It's actually a plugin for Handynotes. So as you can see, there's a number of different NPCs on the map. So I can see where repairs are, I can see where reagent vendors are, trainers are. This is less useful in Stormwind because obviously you can just check the guard or, you know, things like that. But when you go into like new areas and you don't really know what's in the area, particularly somewhere like maybe like Tenaris like this, is there a repair vendor on the Shimmering Flats? Is there a reagent vendor? Is there like a, you know, any kind of vendor? And it looks like there is like an actual repair vendor at Shimmering Flats, so you know, you don't have to like go on Google to find it out manually. And you can see that there's a repair vendor here, there's a vendor of this middle of nowhere in Desolus, so you can quickly imagine you're like doing questing in Desolus and your bags are filling up, you're like, where's the closest vendor? Oh, I'm gonna have to like herf back to Nigel's Point, or I'm gonna have to manually go back to Nigel's Point to sell my stuff. Well, you don't need to, because there's a seller here where I'm doing quests. So that is something you know, just bear in mind. And by the way, yes, I do have Obi-Wan Kenobi's "Hello There" line as my text tone on my phone. I've had it like that for about 2 years, and I absolutely have no embarrassment about it. So for our fourth add-on, we have Restocker. Let me show you it right here. It's basically an add-on which will totally restock any reagents that you need to get from a vendor. So this is very useful for a rogue, for instance, because we need to stock up on poisons and stuff like that. Paladins have to stock up on, you know, can't remember what the things are. They called Symbols of the Kings, you know, stuff like that for their buffs. Shamans need Ankh symbols and stuff like that. So this is what you do. You basically manually type in the name of the item here. So, for instance, I need loads of dust of deterioration in order to make instant poison. I'm going to show you how I'm going to restock on instant poisons right here. And basically, like, what the add-on has a little bit of setting up to do, but once you set it up, you know, it's fine. So I'm going to add a crystal vial. I just type it in like manually like this, and then you add it, and then Bob's your uncle. I roughly need, I want about 40, so I'll get 40 crystal vials, and I will need, I can't remember, I think I need 120 dust of deterioration, so hopefully this doesn't go wrong. I'm going to delete all the items in inventory just to show you how this is going to work. Right, so nothing in the inventory, everything's ready to go, and hopefully this is the right amount of items. I'm pretty sure it is. So I'm going to go to the shaded dealer and browse goods, and is it going to work? Yes, it worked. So it took a little long time. Well, it took a little, space of time because I had to buy so many, but it has worked. And Bob's your uncle, I can make 30 instant poisons. I think I need actually 160 of dust and deteriorations to actually make 40, but oh well. And that is obviously really easy. You can have that set up on the add-on. So every time that you need to restock, when everything's been depleted after you've made all these, you just go to the vendor, talk to the vendor, and it's automatically stocked up. And it's just Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. So the last add-on I've talked about previously on my channel, it's an interface, unit frame add-on. It's called Focus. Very straightforward. If whenever it basically perfectly keeps your unit frames of your player and your target unit frames perfectly symmetrical whenever you move them. So no matter where I move them, they're going to be perfectly symmetrical. So this makes setting up your interface much easier. It's an absolute godsend add-on. I normally have my unit frames down here just so I can have a bit of a clearer space for my interface where I can obviously see raid mechanics, raid bosses, enemy players, all that kind of thing. So I like to have my interface down at the bottom of the screen. It's just my preference. And this add-on definitely helps setting up my interface because it just makes it. Because obviously, if I didn't have this add-on, it would just be a massive faff getting these symmetrically lined up perfectly, and it would become a real issue. Like with the add-on Move Anything, it becomes a right pain. Like I'm using on that raft server at the moment, I'm using Move Anything, and it's a pain in the backside. I'd much rather have this add-on downloaded. You'll be glad to know that, as you can see, I have Time to Panel installed, and it isn't bugging out like it has done in previous videos. So that just must be because I updated it today. So that's a good thing to add to this video. But anyway, they're all add-ons I'm going to cover in this video. There was actually one last add-on, and it's called Posturecheck. I can't show it, but I mean, I can show it in the add-on control panel. It's here. So, Posturecheck. What Posturecheck does is, in fact, I can actually show you it. I'll find the command and I'll show you it. So there isn't actually a window for this add-on, but I'll draw your attention to the chat box right now. If I slash type posture 5, that basically sets the timer to 5. So what this does is, in fact, if I set it to 1, maybe we can actually show you what it looks like. So if I set posture 1, it's going to go off every 1 minute, so it'll go off soon enough. Basically what it will do is give you a little posture check reminder. It's been influenced by basically the trade chat, the world chat. When the game launched, everyone was spamming the chat with have hydration check, posture check, all that kind of nonsense. And basically what it will do is this little notification will appear on the screen and remind you to sort out your posture. And I'm not going to lie, this add-on has been absolutely fundamental in improving my back posture over the course of Classic WoW's lifetime, because I slouch really badly. And now that I have this add-on, what I do is, obviously when the timer goes off, I straighten my back up and I put my feet up against the wall, behind my desk, and I just kind of straighten out, put a bit of pressure on my legs, and it just perfectly straightens my back. And it is, I'm finding it just generally great for my back health. And it's weird how an add-on in World of Warcraft could, there you go, there it goes off. An add-on in World of Warcraft could significantly increase my my body health. So there you go, that's just a nice cherry on the top for the end of the video. But anyway, that is the end of the video now. My name is Metagoblin. To my next video, ciao.